Hey, we're at PixarFest checking out some of the unique food that's going to be served this spring and summer at the Disneyland Resort. I'm here with Chef Zach, and he's going to walk us through some of the special selections here.
We have a lot of different things that are going to be at PixarFest, and we'll jump into Finding Nemo and Finding Dory with a Nemo-inspired candied apple and a Baby Dory cake pop.
Oh, excellent. Hey, how does your team come up with the ideas for a special event like this? I mean, obviously you've got to get stuff that fits the theme, but also something that appeals to the tastes of the Disneyland visitors. I mean, how do you make the decision what you're going to do for things like this?
So we have a big group that collaborates with each other, and really what gets people going. Is it Finding Nemo? Is it the cuteness of little Dory? Well, that's going to get that little wow effect.
Right,
and especially for me, when I first saw that, it was so cute and adorable. I know if I would be walking around the park, that would be one of the first things I go and grab. And then the flavors as well, simplistic yet familiar flavors is something that we always like to give to our guests. So then there's a lot of familiarity and nothing too wild and crazy.
Right, okay.
So, and then we have a couple souvenir mugs as well that light up on top. So then you have the visual of going through the EAC, especially going through the park. And then inspired by Pixar's Up, we have a peanut butter and grape jelly eclair.
Nice.
Strawberry tart, and then Kevin-inspired churros that have a little bit of strawberry dust on top of that.
Okay, so after the rose gold, now we move on to the Kevin.
So then we have Monsters Inc. inspired delectable, delicious things, and a couple different souvenirs as well. So there is a solely popcorn souvenir bucket.
Gotta have the popcorn bucket.
Gotta have the popcorn bucket, and to pair it off with a popcorn bucket, you can get a Mike Wazowski souvenir sipper, and they do come together if you want to have it or keep it at home, up on your counter.
They're friends.
They got to be sticking together, you know.
And the food and the drink together.
And we're gonna try the transforming noodles. We'll do a little bit demonstration of what happens through the dish in your experience. So these noodles do start off blue, and then with a little bit of the lime, you get the acidic juices starting to create a little bit of that Disney magic. And the ponzu sauce as well, with a little bit of that rice vinegar, is gonna help transform this blue into a light, transparent pink. The more you stir, the better it gets. And usually it takes about maybe 2 minutes or so for it all to transform. So especially if you're having a dish like that.
Oh, I'm smelling that right now.
then it's gonna be a really screamful delight.
So it's chemistry. I mean, it's chemistry class. So you're actually learning something here.
Yeah. Molecular gastronomy is something that we always like to achieve, and having that experience, that magic with food is definitely fun for the guests.
Absolutely.
And then we have 2 different funnel cakes, a wild berry funnel cake and a strawberry funnel cake that you can get at the Golden Horseshoe.
Okay.
And then speaking about Toy Story, we're gonna jump over to the Alien Pizza Planet. So the overlay, we have a lot of alien-inspired dishes. We have the blackberry lemon macaroon. Yeah. The pesto pea pasta with a little bit of bacon and Parmesan on top, and then a cheeseburger pizza.
Bacon is always good.
So cheeseburger pizza has pickles, Thousand Island dressing, ketchup, mustard. Those pickles are gonna cut through that fatty meat. It's really gonna be really nice to enjoy. A little bit different from your traditional Italian.
Two classic theme park foods, and you can't decide whether to have the cheeseburger or the pizza. Why decide?
Right?
Why not both?
Why not both? So you can have it all in one. And so that's a couple of different offerings that we have at the Alien Pizza Planet. And then jumping over to Pixar's Coco, you can get these mugs as well with Mexican hot chocolate.
Nice.
And so with Mexican hot chocolate, the 2 different things from traditional hot chocolate, where it's just chocolatey and sweet, you have a little bit of warmth from the paprika and the cinnamon. It's a nice, nice feeling, especially on a cold day. And then 2 different desserts. We have a chocolate pot of creme for those chocolate lovers out there, and then a tres leches.
I tried that earlier today. That's fantastic.
The tres leches?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite desserts. It's not so rich, it's light, it's really, really enjoyable and very forgiving. So if you're ever coming down here to get a dessert, the tres leches is definitely one to go to look for. And then we have a 3-course ratatouille-inspired meal from Cafe Orleans. So we have assorted 3 cheeses, And then you have the ratatouille confit bialdi. So rather than just a ratatouille, so the ratatouille traditionally is more diced up and rustic.
Right.
The confit bialdi, the way that we cook it and form it, it stands up just like in the movie. So it's really, really nice to kind of bring that to life for the guests. And then also a straw and spoon that's inspired by ratatouille as well.
Okay, nice.
And then the dessert's a beignet dessert, topped off with a little bit of ice cream.
Of course, classic for New Orleans Square at Disneyland.
Right. And then we jump over to a couple different cake pops from Wall-E.
Okay.
So you have Wall-E and Eve, and then inspired by The Incredibles and Jack Jack, we have the temperamental spicy corn dog. So it changes throughout your experience.
So we discover all his news powers hidden underneath corn dog batter.
Underneath corn dog batter.
Wow, okay.
So you might get some hint of laser, you might get some fire, you might get some electricity.
And eventually it all disappears.
It all disappears.
Completely keeping with story. It's amazing.
So these are a lot of the offerings that we have, and there are so many more that you can go and to the different restaurants and try during PixarFest. So come and join and
it's
have an
all
experience.
over the place for the rest of the spring and summer through Labor Day. So great look at all the stuff that's going to be waiting for you here at the Disneyland Resort for PixarFest this year. Thanks to Chef Zach for showing us through everything, and we'll see you at Disneyland this summer.